Hello Dollz, again, welcome back to my channel. I'm going to be reviewing the Bold Hold install. I'm actually going to be using the Bold Hold Active Glue. This video is quite long, so if you like, use the index and skip forward to the portions that you do want to see. But again, I'm using the Bold Hold Active Glue with the Bold Hold Lace Tape and Got2b products. So I am going to be using a weaving cap. This one's a mesh weaving cap, so that way I can adhere the tracks in the back a little bit better. Also, I'm going to be using a flesh tone wig cap. I feel like this color or this light brown cap matches my scalp color best. To get a flatter application for the wig cap to lay, I do cut the middle of the wig cap. I should have cut a little bit more in this video, but again, I was trying to do this really late at night. So if you cut down the middle by your ears, the wig cap will actually lay a little bit flatter to your scalp. So that way when you're putting your Got2b, it actually would adhere instead of just sitting on top of the cap. When using the Got2b products, I'm trying not to use so much because it takes so long to dry. So I'm only actually hitting my baby hairs, my little widow's peak that I have, and then I'm going to try and smooth and spread to connect it together. So just the goal or the tip here is to make sure that you're not using too much Got2b gel, so that way you don't have to be underneath that blow dryer or the dryer for so long. So as you can see here, I did cut off the back portion of the wig cap. And now I'm just going to be trying on my actual lace frontal to make sure that the front of the wig cap that I've adhered to my head is going to match up with my frontal. There are little sections where it didn't match up perfectly, but I was able to slide my frontal up a little bit to where it would still cover and conceal, as you'll see here in a moment. Now again, I would recommend waiting until your cap is completely dry, because if it's not, a little bit of that a little bit of that Got2b gel will try to stick to your cap and it will leave a white residue. So make sure that the Got2b gel as well as the freezing blasting spray is completely dry before you try to do your fitting. So here I'm just taking my, it's a Wish eyeliner, so I don't use it very often, but I'm using this eyeliner to trace out where my frontal actually lands, so that way I'm not putting too much glue on my head or in front of the frontal. That way I don't have to wipe so much or clean up so much after the install. So after I have the frontal measured out where I want the glue to be adhered to, I'm going to go ahead and flip the frontal back and try not to move it from the place that I've actually fitted it to be. From there, we'll go ahead and start with the Bold Hold Active application. I'm going to start with layer 1 with placing dots and then trying to smooth those dots out. I do try to smooth it in a backwards motion as well as a ear to ear motion. That way, if my frontal slides backwards or it gives a little shift backwards, there's still some Got2b glue to hold it. So I'm not sure if you can see here, I am trying to swipe it backwards, so that way, again, if my frontal slides backward, I do still have bold hold glue still there to adhere it if it slides backwards. I'm actually going to repeat this step 3 times. Before the third and final time, I'm going to adhere the lace tape. So during this one is number 2. I'm going to try and place it right in front of layer number 1 and slide it back to make sure that they're one complete layer. So here, right before the third layer, I'm going to add the bold hold lace tape. I'm going to add it just like she does in the video. So I'm going to place it right in the corners where it's kind of tough, where it's the toughest areas to keep the lace down. I'm not going to apply this lace tape all over. So just in my corners where I would actually have my ear tabs is where I'm going to place these. And the bold hold creator or the bold hold founder, she actually has a video on this as well. So this is where I actually got this technique to have the lace tape on the corners. And it really, really helps out, especially keeping my hairstyle adhered to my head. So right after the lace tape application, I'm going to go ahead and apply layer 3, and I'll take the actual layer 3 over the tape to make sure that it completes as or dries as one. So I don't want just the tape area. I'm going to do the tape and the bold hold glue all as one. So a secret tip apart about applying your frontal is right before you're ready and you see that your bold hold active is clear, your lace tape looks good, you want to spray a thin layer of the Got To Be blasting spray. As you see, I'm spraying this around the perimeter. This is going to give it a little bit of extra tackiness and a longer hold that everybody's wanting. Also, using the freezing blasting spray from Got To Be would also help some of the flyaways or some of the little pieces of lace that you didn't adhere down or it didn't have the bold hold glue. You can use that freezing blasting spray to kind of touch up in those areas versus redoing your whole frontal. Just a tip. So after we're kind of fitting our frontal or adjusting our frontal on the bold hold, you may notice that there's going to be a white or a residue area. Really in this area that I'm trying to clean up, it turned really white on me. So I try to use a cotton swab. Do not use a cotton swab. It just puts cotton all over it. So I try to use cotton swab at first with alcohol, 91%. And it left cotton residue, but it did clear up the white residue. So I switched to my finger, just putting alcohol on my finger, touching that area to clear up the white residue. And then I had to comb out the little cotton pieces from the cotton swab, and it turned out beautifully. If you guys do have that issue with the bold hold active, it gives you a little white residue, just use a little bit of alcohol, touch the area, and it should clear it up and re-adhere. So after I fix the white residue, I'm kind of just looking over the edges, making sure that everything is sealed down. A lovely thing about this bold hold glue is that when it's down, it doesn't go through your lace. It doesn't, you know how you press through and you'll get either Got To Be going through your lace or you'll get Ghost Bond glue going through your lace and showing a white residue? No, not with this. You can press down, you can put your bandana on it, and it will seal it. And that's what I love about this bold hold. It's kind of almost an idiot-proof glue that anybody can use. So as you can see, I'm just showing you guys the edges again. I braided it down. I'm getting ready to do the back install, but it looks flawless. It looks like it's a part of my hair. It's nice and flat. I don't have as much white residue. Actually, I can't find any, but I'm sure that the oils from my fingers would cause any residue on the glue. So you want to make sure that you're using a utensil or another tool, the rat tail comb, anything besides your hand. So here's the all over finished look. I have about 3.5 bundles in the back, almost 4 complete bundles in the back, and then my lace frontal. Again, the lace frontal, I did use the bold hold active as well as the bold hold lace tape and the Ghost Bond, or sorry, not the Ghost Bond, but the Got To Be blasting freezing spray. If you guys do like this video and like to see a lot more, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe so I know that you're interested, and also send me a message, send me any comments or anything that you guys would like to see or you want me to improve on, or any positivity. Thank you again, dolls. I'll see you on the next video.